Hard! Hard! Hard!
All right. Okay, my name is Sharrieffa Barksdale.
All right, welcome to the UCW Radio Show. This is the show we bring on inspirational, motivational, and some just great people that have done amazing things and continue to do amazing things. And today is a special day. I have two people, a mother and a daughter, that I'm going to bring on.
Allow me to reintroduce myself. My name is Ho, H to the O-V.
A better group that's been inducted into the Hall of Fame, just having my name called and seeing other inductees and being in a league of that caliber. Before I set the American record, what was so phenomenal and so great was that my mom had the opportunity to sing the national anthem. And what a way to set the American record on that given day.
All right, so, you guys have done a lot of amazing things, and I appreciate you coming on the show. I'm so excited. So many things. Sharrieffa, we go way back. Way back, and, you and I, we've been friends for a while, and I always, and I said this off air, and I'm saying it on air, that you're an amazing person. What you've accomplished, you're a 4-time Olympian. What you've done in the athletic world is one thing. What you've done in your personal life, to me, it supersedes what you did in sports. Because how hard is it to go and raise 2 kids? How hard is it for them to raise them right and to produce the children you did? And we have one right here, so, but I wanted to, just tell you that because it means something to me that people know this.
And I really appreciate it. And you know what? I couldn't have done it without God, especially, and then support. And I have had family members that have supported me in helping my children, especially when I had to travel for USA track and field national teams, to the Olympics, to the World Championship team, to the Pan Am Games. So all of these teams that I have traveled to since 2004, my family has been there to help take care of my kids as I continue to pursue my career.
And that's an important thing. And, see, for you to do what you need to do, you had to make some sacrifices along the way.
That's right. Yes. And it was some sacrifice, because being a single mom and having to raise 2 kids, and, with society the way it is, the internet, it's hard out there for parents. But if you communicate with your kids and not judge them, then I think that parents could have really good kids, because only thing children are looking is for you to listen to their ideals, to listen to what they're going through, because sometimes we get so caught up into our own little world that we bypass what they're trying to say and we're not listening. So you have to have great listening skill, communication skill, but most of all, you have to trust what they're telling you, whether it's good or bad.
And those are important things, because that communication, if it's broken between you and your kids, it makes it difficult for you to even follow what they're doing.
Yes, that's right.
And the relationship you and your daughter have, and she can share this, and I know it's strong because you support her to no end. Everywhere I see is a post, my daughter. And you know what? I love it, because, for the longest time you were doing this, and I'm like, I know you have great kids, but, and I had spoken to your son on the phone that time,
Yes.
and that was the time that you didn't even realize that you knew J.J. McCluskey.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. And JJ is my nephew.
Right. See, and you didn't even know. Yeah.
Right. When I saw you all communicating, I'm like, oh, so y'all know each other. Yeah. But my kids, if you're not your biggest, I'm my kids' biggest fans. They don't have to have any fans, no one to promote them. They know that their mother is going to promote them, because if you don't get it from home, then someone outside is going to try to give it to you, but they may not be the right person to look up to. So if you can't look up to your mom or your father or whoever that's in their lives, then who do you look up to?
And that's see, the way I look at it, if see you like your kids, they had you as a role model growing up.
Yes.
Okay. And they didn't know everything you went through. They didn't know what you were dealing with. We're not going to talk about it on the show, but the reality is that you've been through trials and tribulations. And as you said, through your faith in God and your faith in yourself, you got through it. And look at you now. You have a big smile on your face all the time. You're always happy, and that's something and you're always trying to help people. You're always trying to help people.
And that's what I love to do, is to help. I mean, I'm at the highest of my peak when I'm helping people, when I'm giving back. If I'm not doing something for someone or giving back, I don't feel good inside, because that's what God has me here, to give back. And I will give back to anyone. I mean, it's just like a random person DM me on Instagram, and they were upset because no one was giving them a scholarship or was even looking at them. So I did some reaching out for that person. Never met the young man, and he calls me auntie. Never met him, but I end up getting him a scholarship.
Look at that. And you didn't see, this is stuff you didn't have to do.
That's right.
Okay. And how many people just, if you're not giving back, what use is your success? If you're not giving back, if you're not taking what you had, is great. You take, but you give more than what you took.
That's right. That's right.
And that's important. Now, I want to talk to your daughter for a minute, because she's going to tell us some things here, and you're going to shed some light on how it was for you growing up. Because now, look, you're in LA. You're model, actress. You're styling and profiling. You're doing things over there that's making your mother smile more and more every day. So, how was it being raised by your mom, for you?
Yeah, so it was good, but it wasn't easy. She definitely gave us, everything we wanted, but she definitely gave us discipline as well, which definitely paid off for where me and my brother are at right now. Because if she wasn't, hard on us, or she didn't, stay on us, I don't think we would be where we are at in life. So I would say everything she used during our daily tasks.
Yeah, and I think that, how you guys are is a testament to how you guys were raised. I mean, I know how your mom is, and she's smiling and everything, but you know what? This comes when it has to.
Yeah,
because she did not play, because
you don't mess around.
No, she would say, "What would Jesus do? What will your mama do?" So think about the situations before you actually act in them.
Right. So now, I mean, when did you move to LA?
I moved to LA a little over 3 years ago, and that's another thing why I love my mom, because she supports every move that I want to do. How she was saying, you have to listen to your children. She really listens to me and my brother. I just woke up one day and was like, hey, Mom, I know I'm in Indianapolis with you, but something's telling me I need to go out to LA. And she said, go for it. I thought she was going to say no. Are you sure? But she just said, go for it. Follow your dreams. And since that, I mean, I've been following my dreams and doing a lot of good things out here. So it's been quite a journey.
Right. And I know since you've been in LA, you've done a lot of things. And the reason I know this, because your mother talks about it a lot. So, but tell us some of the things that you've done over there, because you've had some accomplishments. And I don't want the show just to be about your mom. This is, to me, this show we're doing right now is about family. I wish your brother could have been on here too, but it's about family. So, tell us a little bit about what you've been doing over there in LA since you got there, because you accomplished a few things.
Yes. So a couple of my biggest things that I've done, I performed in Kanye West's opera as one of the dancers. And then I recently finished up with Olympic Dreams featuring the Jonas Brothers, nice. Where I was in that TV special on NBC. And then they released it on Peacock. And I've been in a couple of short films with like April Jones, Ray J, a lot of people. I've done a lot of stuff. So I'm just continuing to do short films. I have a short film coming out called Twitter Fingers, getting ready to release. Nice. I've been in A Night with Ronaldo that should be releasing soon. That's another short film. And then I have some things that I'm working on right now. So, and I just finished up a fitness photo shoot. So I've been doing quite a few things.
And she just got through she did Missing.
Oh, yeah.
She was on TV series Pump and Casting the Net.
Okay, nice.
Yes, and
I've been on 2
See, you notice your mother knows more about what you've done than you do, right?
Yes,
but you know what? That's good because she is your number one fan. I'm telling you, she's gonna come out one day to LA with a shirt that's gonna be number one fan, not number one mom, number one fan. And I mean but that's good stuff because if she wasn't like that, you wouldn't be there in LA following your dream, doing this stuff. You did something with the Jonas Brothers. I thought you were gonna trip them, but I don't know. But
But you know what's so great about Gentel? Gentel knows that she knows I don't play, and she values my opinion. Anything she does, she's gonna call me or text me and say, "What you think about this? Should I do this? Should I do that?" Because she knows as a mother, I do want the best for her, and I don't want her to put herself out there where it's not going to represent who she is.
Mm-hmm.
She's smart, she's beautiful, she's talented, and she's a hard worker, and she's persistent. And anything that you give her, any task that you give Gentel, she's not going to half-step. She's a perfectionist, and she's going to make sure that everything is done right. And
something I realized about Gentel? That she is not afraid of taking a risk, and that comes from you. That comes from you.
Yes.
Because you helped her and you helped your kids to roll the dice.
Yeah, that's right. And you know what? Doors will, and as I was telling her and my son, doors will continue to close, but you keep knocking those doors down because your time is going to come. Because just like I posted on social media, what God has for you is for you. What he has for someone else is for them. Never be jealous or envy of anyone, because God has a special blessing for you. You just have to continue to work, grind, and your day will come to shine bright like a diamond. But be happy for your friend. Be happy for the next person that's out there that's doing it, because you shouldn't be jealous. I've never been jealous of anyone because I'm supportive of everyone. If someone asks me to post something about their kids, or I'm gonna do it because I want their kids to shine just like my kids are shining.
Yeah, and the thing is, and this is why you and I have always gotten along, because of how you are. There are a lot of people, and you know it, a lot of people that say they're God-fearing and they stand behind that, but meanwhile they would be jealous of someone else, or they would try to cause harm to someone else. That's something that I never understood, because if you're a man or woman of God, how can you go and wish harm or have jealousy for someone else? I mean, for me, you're successful. I'm behind you. I love it. You're doing successful. I love it, and that's the way it should be. It should be that way because we help each other.
And you have supported me for over 10 years. Yeah. I'm talking about with the tweets, with retweeting, and you always put me in your thing. And you know what? That's what life is about: lifting someone else up, doing things for other people. And again, like you said, I don't understand if a person say that they a child of God and Christ-like. Why not help that person? Why not open up an opportunity or a door for that person to be successful? Because it's enough out here for everyone to eat.
I agree. And as I said, success, you can't be successful if you're not giving more than you're taking in. Impossible. That's right. I mean, you have some people that don't have much to give. But I notice these people that don't have much to give, they wind up giving more than they can.
And you're absolutely that's absolutely true.
And so now what are you doing now? What are you doing? What are you up to nowadays? Because I saw you posted something today on the US the track.
Yes, I just received a 5-year dedicated service to USATL.
Okay.
And
I almost got
was
that
proud
right,
of
but I forget sometimes. I almost got that right, but I stopped because I let you do it.
Yes, and so with USA Track and Field, so I was really happy and excited to get that. But I'm still training athletes. In fact, I have a guy that hopefully he will make the Olympic team in the skeleton bobsled, and
really?
I've been helping him, and he actually was a sprinter in high school. He used to drive an hour and a half just for me to train him in sprint. So I'm doing that. Justin Gatlin and I, we still have our nonprofit organization in South Africa in Cape Town, and we have children. In fact, they're going to be competing the 23rd. So although Justin and I haven't been able to get over there, we send videos to them to make sure that they stand on top of their athletics. But we also have just added an education component over there. So we have a lady named Miss Queen, who is my right-hand person over there, and the volunteers. And if we didn't have them in place, I think Born to Be Elite would have folded by now.
Who is better than Gatlin to impart his vast experience? He won the 100 meters gold medal at the 2017 World Championships, beating Usain Bolt in the process. He was also the 2004 Olympic champion, the 2014 Olympic bronze medalist, and the 2016 Olympic silver medalist. All in all, a 5-time Olympic medalist.
Born to Be Elite is constructed to be able to help the youth, not only to the youth, but also coaches, and help coaches teach the youth here. You know, once we leave and come back again, we want to be able to have that opportunity to take these coaches and self-sustain themselves and be able to bring up the next generation of athletes in this country.
So much talent here that is just have to be tapped into and brought out in these kids because they hungry for it. They want it. They just needed something to form, and this program has formed Born to Be Elite because everyone is born to be elite.
The work will be sustained by coaching hubs in and around the region, beginning with Cape Town. Craig Murray, SABC News, Cape Town.
Well, it's good to have volunteers, and Miss Queen, you're doing a great job. Okay, so but and you're doing that, and really, you're doing that to help people.
Yes.
You don't really get anything out of it, but you put a lot of yourself into it. And
our program is totally free to these kids because these children, they come from disadvantaged homes over there, and they don't have the luxury as some of the kids here in the United States. But like I say, with my one-on-one training academy, I do work with all facets of athletics, from baseball to track to volleyball to basketball to baseball, and I work on their speed and agility. So, and then I have coming up, I'm going to set on a panel for women in sports at University of Indianapolis, and then I will set on a panel in New York for Title IX, their 50th anniversary. So I will be on the panel of that. So that's what I'm doing, just making sure that I'm pushing my children as well as other children and doing what God has me to do.
Yeah, and and I'm glad you gave all that information as far as how you can train people, because I didn't know this stuff, and you're bringing it out now, and it's important because you have the speed and agility training, because it's not sports specific, it's in general. It can be utilized anywhere.
Yes.
Baseball, football, of course, track and field, but it can be used for swimming. And look, you got a bobsled guy. You have things that are going on there that can help a lot of people.
Yes, sir.
Gentel, you must be proud of your mama.
I am proud. I was really happy about the award she got from USATF today. That was really exciting because it's really deserved, and she does work hard. She's been putting her time in with USA Track and Field so long that it's so well deserved.
Yeah, I'm surprised she doesn't have a big tattoo on her leg with that. Was she
has a tattoo.
Oh, do you?
I have a tattoo of the Olympic rings on the side of my leg.
Oh, there you go. See, there you go. So, but you should be proud of that. I mean, 4 times. Okay, you competed, and you're taking all that knowledge, you're giving back. Okay, and I look at because you competed in '84 and you competed in the few other Olympics after that, right? But
and so what? So when I say 4-time Olympian, is I competed in '84, but I was the manager in 2008, 2012, 2016, which makes me a 4-time Olympian because I serve as a manager to the other athletes to make sure that they're ready to go out there and perform and win those medals. So I'm the last person that they see before they leave out the hotel. So I inspire them, I talk to them, I motivate them, and I let them know, hey, you just didn't get here on a Humvee. You worked hard. So go out there and shine and do your thing. And you have to stay focused because what got you here will keep you here. And so they really, because I didn't go over to Tokyo, which I was supposed to. And they was like emailing me, say, I can't believe that you're not going, Miss Sharrieffa. We're going to miss that motivational speaking and stuff like that. And you talking to us. But because they only limited for so many people to go over there, I couldn't go this time.
Because of the pandemic and everything, and they put limitations on it. But you know what, you competing in '84 and what you've done, and throughout the years, and going, and being there and being that last fig leaf before they go out there and either make history or not. I look at the U.S. track and field team in the Olympics, and they're amazing. They're amazing. Yes. So you have something to do with this. You had something to do with this.
Yes. But now I'm gonna go back to Gentel.
Yeah. Oh well, we're gonna have a lot of time with her.
Gentel ran track. Okay.
Oh, okay.
So,
we're gonna talk to Gentel.
I have to share this story. So Gentel's in high school. So she was good. Gentel was good in high school. But Gentel really didn't know which event she wanted to do because she threw the turbo javelin. She did all sorts of things. Whatever they put Gentel in, Gentel said, I do it. So Gentel said, well, am I going to get a scholarship? And I said, yeah. And so she said, well, I don't know. She said, because you said that you know all these people and nobody's calling me yet. So she was getting recruited and everything. And she went to a couple of visits and everything. And so time was drawing. So I said, so Coach William at St. Augustine University, he said, well, can she hurdle? Gentel has never hurdled in her life. So he said, if she can hurdle by 5 o'clock, I'll give her a scholarship. But she was good in the other day, but he needed a hurdler. So I went out there, I set these hurdles out. I said, Gentel, you got until 5 o'clock to run these hurdles.
That's
Gentel,
funny.
let me finish the story.
Well, let me just tell you, the way she was backed up so far from the camera, that's the way I got my scholarship. It looked like I was hurdling. I got the scholarship and I signed on signing day, so that was a blessing. Thank you.
She was determined. Let me tell you, she wore me down. I drove her down to Tennessee State because they was going to give her a scholarship.
Right.
Listen, Lou, I'm driving her everywhere for her visits.
Yeah, I believe it. And you're going, see, that to me, that's probably the hardest thing when you have your child that's transferring from high school to transitioning from high school to college, because that year it's about it's like basically positioning yourself for this, that, and it's hard when a kid, they don't know where they want to go, they don't know what they want to do, and scholarships and everything else, so it's difficult. So you become the little bouncing ball. Here, there.
But tell him. So anyway, so she every day after practice, she's like, oh God, it's so hard. Oh God. She said, I don't think I can do it. I said, yes, you can. Now,
that's because the workout was 800 meters running 400 meter hurdles. So you have to run the 400 meter hurdles like as an 800. Practices were hard.
Yes. So she's like, I don't think I can do it. I said, Gentel, we are not a quitter. You will not quit. So she finished the first year out. And then The second year she finished it out, but then what she did that I didn't know, she went to the coach George William, who is such a sweetheart. Oh, I love this man dearly. And she said, Coach William, she said, I don't think I'm going to run track next year. Said, I'm going to give up my scholarships because I feel like someone else deserved this scholarship more than me, and I want to do something else. And so he said, now, Gentel, have you spoken to your mother? You get this scholarship. And so she said, no. She said, but I said, trust me, my mother will go along with this since track season hadn't started. She said, but once track season starts, I can't quit. So I just want to give up my scholarship. So he helped her. He understood, and he helped her get an academic scholarship because she's really smart. Okay. So, but you know what? I'm glad that she did. And that was the best move that she could have possibly made because that led her to where she is now.
Well, and Gentel, let me tell you something. Just you going and saying that you were going to give up your scholarship because somebody else would need it, that actually needed it to go and do what you were doing, that's noble of you. You didn't have to do that. You could have just kept going through and doing that and going to school just so your school's paid off. But you're not built that way.
Yes.
So tell me about the academic scholarship. How'd you get that?
So we turned in all my paperwork of my my GPA and all that kind of stuff. So they were able to financially help me out with the academic scholarship. And I got involved in my broadcasting program at my campus. And I ended up reporting for all my school games, our athletic conference for the CIAA. I was the reporter for all the athletic events. Mm-hmm. And then that's how I ended up working at Fox News after I graduated in New York City. One of the professors, they had a scholarship program at Fox News and they had me apply. And then I ended up getting the scholarship and moved to New York and started producing the news there.
And see, this is stuff that people need to know. See, I didn't know that till just now. All right. So, so now you did all these things. And I mean, wow, that's crazy that you were doing stuff with Fox News, you were doing stuff here, and then you moved from New York and then you moved to LA. Okay.
Yeah, because I actually produced at ABC 57 in Indiana after a while. And my dream is to be on air, to broadcast, act. I want to be in front of the camera, but they weren't giving that type of opportunity to me. Mm-hmm. So I put in my notice. My mom told me to go ahead and pack up my things. We can figure it out. So I did that. And I don't know. I just ended up moving out to LA to pursue my dreams. Because I'm like, if they're not going to put me on TV, I'm still young enough. I got a family to support me. Might as well do what I've been trying to do since I was little, is act and be on TV. And since I've been here, I've been just running.
No, but that's good stuff. Let me ask you a question. Now, with everything opening up, you have the NFL. They're starting to bring on more female broadcasters. You have Major League Baseball. You have females coming in, and they're actually being managers of teams, and they're training people. Even in the NFL, they're doing that as well, and other sports. A lot of opportunities opening up. Do you think that opens up some doors for you, or will open up doors for you?
I think it will open up doors for me. I just have to, if I want to do that route, I would probably have to get more involved with the broadcasting and sports that way, which I can, because I know I still have my connections. It's just I've been so full throttle with my acting that I'm still going my acting route right now. But I am open. If the position was ever presented to me, hey, I still know sports. I'm open for it.
See, and anyone's listening to this, and you would the NFL, NBA, whatever you are, Gentel's here. She's waiting for you. She's waiting for that call. She's waiting for that call.
Yes. I got experience.
Yeah, you do. I mean, you ABC, Fox News, and what you're doing there, and
one man show. I can record, edit. I can put it up live on the net. I know how to do it all. So you may as well start your own company and start doing it. You don't need them. You don't need them. You have your own thing, and you build something. You build a media empire. You don't, it can happen. You're there.
And you know what? And you know what? I told Gentel, be versatile. Be able to do different things, because if your number is called up, you know how to do it. if somebody needs you to do this, you know how to do it. And then that way, the reason why she knows how to do so much, because she doesn't depend on people. Because when she depends on someone, they would let her down with Gentel. I can't do this. Well, no, I can't do this. So she had to really learn and teach herself. And, sometimes God works in mysterious ways, because when she was at ABC 57, she was practicing doing this entertainment segment. And so they were going to put her actually on air to do this entertainment segment. But then the new lady that came in told her, said, well, you know what? We're not going to do that. And you will never be on TV. And you will always be
produced. She said, so the anchors, they were saying, so I started, how you were saying, do a media empire. I started before Red Table Talk was out. I had Table Talk with Gentel Sharrie.
I got a lot on my mind. So reportedly, Cardi B is pregnant, and it's no surprise because she definitely turns Offset on. And that would explain her poopy dress at the iHeartRadio Music Awards. Cardi has yet to confirm if she's carrying Offset's potential fourth child, but we'll see when her 9 months are up. Bow Wow, I'm gonna need you to put down the Ciroc. I'm no music guy, but there's a way of expressing yourself without looking like you're dissing someone.
Put that out there, and you can look it up on YouTube. But I had Table Talk with Gentel Sharrie, and the anchor saw it on my evening news show. And they're like, Gentel, you should actually do an entertainment segment. And it was going to be pre-recorded, so I wouldn't be interfering. I wouldn't be interfering with the live shows. And I said I would do it on my own time. And when I presented it, sorry, I'm just going to get my dog's toy from her.
Yeah, that's okay. Hey, we're animal friendly. We're pet friendly here. We're pet friendly. Don't worry about that. But this is how real the show is, because this is not, when we do the show, we don't know what's going to happen. Things happen, but it's real. This is, it is what it is. We don't edit this part out, because this is the real. Okay. Yes. And this is what it is. So you had the tabletop, you were doing this stuff, and what else?
So I presented it to the news director, and she liked the idea, but she felt like I shouldn't be doing that segment. She was going to give it to another reporter and have them do it.
Your idea, somebody else to do it.
Yes. And then after that, that's when I finally put in my 2-week notice, because I feel at a news station, if you're letting other people grow, like people who are production assistants, PAs, if you're letting them get out in the field and report, I should be able to have the same opportunities. So I just felt like if I wasn't going to be able to grow under this 2-year contract and I'm just going to stay producing, I shouldn't be here. If they would have let me, even if she would have told me, Gentel, we may not do it now, but maybe in a couple months we can relook at it. But the fact that she shut me down and said, you can save this for your reel, but you won't be on TV.
Really?
And when Gentel called me,
that's not being very supportive, though.
No. And that's the thing about it. People will try to hold you back, but they can't hold back what God has for a person.
Right.
So when Gentel called me, I told her, you give your 2 weeks notice, you pack your stuff, and she, praise God, show you how she did Gentel a favor. She really did, because Gentel had only 1 more month left on her lease for her apartment. I said, you stay there for 1 month, you come on back home to Indianapolis, and we will figure it out. And that's what she did, because I'm not going to as long as I'm breathing on this earth, I will not let anyone hold my children back, because you may try to, but if the hurdle's too high, you're going to still jump that hurdle. If the hurdle's too low, you're going to crawl under that hurdle. If that mountain's too high, you're going to climb until you reach the top. Nothing will stand in your way.
Exactly.
Nothing.
And that's the way it should be.
Standing in the way is yourself. And as a child growing up, Gentel, what did I tell you all? What have I instilled in you all growing up, saying what?
I am somebody, and I'll let nothing stand in my way.
That's it. That's it. And this is why I keep telling you that you've done such a great job, and how they are. Okay. And, just the fact that somebody held you back when they could have opened up a door shows their character. I don't know who this person is, but not for nothing, if you are an executive producer of a show and you see someone that's trying to do something, you open up that door. Friends of mine that are in that position, that have the ability to open up the doors for people, they see talent, they open it up. Okay,
That's right.
that's like saying, hey, when Tom Brady played for the Patriots and he was like a backup quarterback, and if he wasn't given that opportunity, we would not have the
That's
greatest
right.
quarterback of all time.
All time. Woo. All
Okay,
time.
so Gentel, this is your journey is just beginning, and you don't even
Yes.
know it yet. You don't even know it. You have so much to do, so many things that you got to handle. You're gonna have people that are gonna come in front of you. They're gonna go and tell you no, but you slap them out of the way, and you go through the doors you got to go through, because you
That's
are
right.
talented, and you're fearless. And that's the word. You're fearless, and I see it when even when you take your picture. Your mother's posting these pictures. I see it in you that you have this something like, you know what? Whether you like me or not, I'm getting it done anyway. Okay,
Yes.
and that comes from your mom. I know it because
Yes.
I mean, and the thing is, Sharrieffa, with you, and maybe I'm talking too much here, but I would really love people to know this. Your heart is big, because I remember when we were in New York and we were at the track, the Olympic. It
We was at the Armory.
Yeah, at the Armory.
Track meet, indoor
Right.
track meet.
Yeah, and that was big, because that was something leading to something else for a lot of these kids. And we were
Yes.
talking, and you were offering to help some of these kids with scholarships and this, and you were trying to
Yes.
do stuff, and you were meeting them. And even when I was introducing you to some of the kids, they were like stunned, because you're an Olympian, and oh my God, I'm talking to you. But you were you. You were
Yes.
you, but you motivated and you inspired, and I give you kudos for that. And that's why I love you,
Thank
because of the things that you do and how you are. And that's why we're going to be lifelong friends, as you know.
Yes, we joined by the hip.
Oh yeah. So Gentel, tell me more about what you're doing right now. What projects are you working on right now? I want people to know so they can follow your story. They can learn more about you and what you're doing. Okay, that to me that's important, because you have your fan base, but tell them what's going on now.
So right now I'm working on a few things. I'm working on a project with my mom that's going to be really big. It's going to be coming out soon, so that's going to be pretty dope. And then I'm also working on just a couple of personal projects of my own, like how you said, start up your own like media empire. I have a couple of things that I have written before that I'm thinking about putting out that might change the game a little bit, since I'm making my mark out in LA. I know a lot of people, so I think that's going to be really good. And just continuing to audition. I had an audition today that I did on my break. I'm also a property manager, so I work a 9 to 6 job Monday through Friday, and then I act. So sometimes I have no days off. Sometimes I work Monday through Friday, and I'll have 2 gigs, Saturday, Sunday, and then I'll go back to work on Monday. So it's always a grind. I'm always doing something and always creating my own content. Like if you go on my page, you'll see me dancing, you'll see me acting, you'll see me doing something just so I can just keep perfecting my craft, and then so people can see my talent too, because I know I can make it far. It's just whoever believes in me to put me in that position so I can make it far, because not only will I be making money, I'll be making you money. Just kind of pitching myself, because I know what I can bring to the table.
Well, that's what it comes down to. You know, a lot of people, they don't know their worth. You know your worth. You know what you can do. You're just looking for the opportunity to do it. You know, and I think anyone that doesn't see this is a fool. You know, you have the drive, you have that hunger, you have that something. No matter what, you have that something inside of you that's looking to come out. You just need somebody to say, hey, let's nurture that, and let's open this some bitch up. And excuse my language, Sharrieffa. I don't want you to get mad.
No.
You got to open it up, because you just need that person that can do it. And, you know, maybe someone's going to be listening to this show and they'll see that. Maybe, you know, someone's going to be looking at your page and they're going to see it. Someone's going to see what you have. It's special.
And you know what, Lou? She worked so hard, because they don't know what half stepping is. And you know, people say, well, you know, I'm going to give 100%. No, she's gonna give 200%, and she's gonna go beyond the call of duty.
On top, sorry to interrupt, but on top of having classes twice a week on Fridays and Sundays. So even if I am having a gig, I'll step out from my gig to attend class to do my scene, and then go back to my gig.
What kind of classes are you taking?
Baron Brown Studios is out of Santa Monica. They produce like the top of the actors. Halle Berry came from there, Tom Cruise, Tom Hanks, LL Cool J, Mariska from Law and Order, just everybody. So have like.
I love the fact that you're doing that because, again, it's proving what I'm saying. You're not afraid to work hard to get your hands dirty. You're not afraid of rejection. You're not afraid of a lot of things that are in front of you, or maybe that ring may be a little bit too far. You're doing everything you can do to make it work. And I'm telling you right now that at some point in time, you're gonna come from here and you're gonna be up here, and I'm gonna sit back. I'm gonna say, I knew that girl when she came on the show. I knew before she even came on the show, when she was still you were probably in high school. Was she at high school at the time, Sharrieffa?
Yeah, she was in high school.
When you were in high school, and all this stuff was going on, and now look at you. See, that's going to make me proud to see you succeed like that, and that I'm happy about.
And you know what? She's so grounded. She's so humble, and
that's your fault.
And believe it or not, she's so sound-minded. She has an old soul, and she tries to give it. And everybody calls her and asks her for advice because she doesn't play no two sides of it. She's gonna give it to you the way it is, just like I give it to you. Hey, it's nothing fake about me. What you see is what you get. You either gonna like Sharrieffa or you're not gonna like Sharrieffa, but I'm going to tell you the truth. But
if you're being real with someone, how can they be mad with you? How can they be mad at you? I mean, they may not like it. They may get, maybe they get upset. Like if somebody is real with me, I may get offended at that particular moment, but then I respect it after that because you're being honest with me.
That's right.
And that honesty makes me change or redirect and say, maybe makes me think about it. That maybe, and maybe I need to change something, or maybe I need to do this. And then, then I go and I try to do that. And the thing is with your daughter is that what you've done, you instilled all these character attributes into her. And I know you did it with your son because I had spoken to your son many, many years ago, and he's the same as her. Same thing.
He's really smart too.
Yeah.
He's when I tell you he's so smart, it's scary.
What is he doing now?
He's training. Well, he was training for the Olympics for the javelin, and he played football at Oklahoma State.
That I remember. Him. Yep.
Right, and then he ended up transferring to East Tennessee State. But again, he was making other players look good. The coaches will have him stay after practice and train the other athletes how to run routes and stuff like that. So if he's good enough to do that, why isn't he good enough to play? So he woke up one morning. He said, "Mom, I'm getting ready to quit football."
So let me get this right. At Oklahoma State, they had him playing, but then they pulled him. They had him just training people and not playing.
Yeah, he was training, and
Come on.
Let me tell you something. In fact, he was training the football athletes that went pro.
But
that's in the NFL now.
See, I mean, because he knows how to train them because of you. Okay,
that's right.
So, but the thing is,
they would stay after practice, and he would work with these guys to make them better.
Yeah, but
so he woke up, and he said, "Mom, I'm getting ready to quit football." And so I said, "Well, you're gonna finish out this year, and after this year, then you don't have to do it anymore." So I said, "What are you gonna do, Javaris?" He said, "I'm going to control my own destiny because can't nobody stop me from throwing the javelin." So he went on YouTube. He taught himself how to throw the javelin.
So he never threw the javelin before.
never thrown the javelin before. So he
no
packed
javelin, no hurdles. Yeah.
So he packed up his stuff and moved to Santa Barbara out there in California. And three-time Olympian Karen Smith started training him. And he went out there and he competed. And as he was throwing the javelin, his arm locked. That's the reason why he couldn't continue for the Olympic trials, because he was on the path of making the Olympic trials. And that was our goal, just to make the Olympic trials. And if you make the Olympic trial with only 5 months of training, then we can go back to the drawing board. But now he's back. He's healthy. Good. And he's started training and everything. So he's just looking forward for this year. Good. You know, and again, but you know, again, with that, it shows how you raise your kids, because, you know, he would have probably been afraid otherwise to tell you that this is how he felt. But because you have the relationship, he was just able to be open with you and say, this is what's going on. And him just telling you that, hey, Mom, they have me training people. They don't want to put me in because I'm better. They want me to train people. That's like, you know, you go hire a coach to do that. He's not a coach. He's a kid. And this is his time to shine for that 4 years. Right. And you know what? What's so crazy is he was on Scout. And you can go back to the tweets of Oklahoma State tweets. They got him Scout of the week. Every time you turn around, he was Scout of the week. But he's not good enough to go out there to play, because and let me tell you how college coaches work. If you are a walk-on, you're going to have to pull some strings, because they're not going to put a walk-on player over an athlete that they have given a scholarship, because, you know, if that's going to make them look bad. So coaching in any sports is politics. They rather put somebody out there that's ass than put someone out there that has worked their ass off to get that starting position. But because he came on as a preferred walk-on, we're going to put this kid on the side. No, I'm not going to let you pimp my son out to help somebody else out and not give him the opportunity to show his stuff. But that's what it is, because if you have somebody talented, you if they're that good, you give them a shot. Give them a shot. Give them a chance. See, same thing with your daughter. You know, they don't want to go and give them a shot. So what do? They create their own shot. That's right. You create. And that's what we're doing right now, because if no one else is going to do it, I know we can do it. That's right. Because we believe in ourselves the most, more than anybody else. So, and we're going to go hard for ourselves more than anybody else. And that's all you need to do, because at the end of the day, you know, and I'm a big advocate, and I live my life this way. You're not going to give me something. You know what I'm going to do? I'm going to make it. I'm going to take it. I'm going to make it. That's what I'm going to do. And I'll do it myself. That's right. Okay. And we'll go and basically, when you do that, you're motivating and inspiring people. That's why, Gentel, I'm telling you, when you are up there and the people you're going to motivate, I'm going to sit back. Your mama's going to call me one day and say, look, she's here and there. And I'm going to put on the TV one day. You're going to be making some movie and you're going to be doing this stuff. And I'm just going to be proud as anything just to see that happen for you. You know, and it will happen. But I have no doubt. I have no doubt it's going to happen. It will happen. But you know what? It's not our time, but God's time. Because we as human beings, when we don't wait on God, we tend to mess it up. But if we wait on God and let God order our footstep, he doesn't make any mistake. No. So no matter how many doors other people try to close on Gentel and try to block her blessing, you can't block God's blessing. You just can't. And everything happens for a reason. And just to touch on that, just to stick on that thought, when you see people, there are things in front of them, and they're God-fearing, and they're a child of God, so they'll pray for it to happen. Okay, now in that sense, is that what is needed? No, it's in front of you. So in my view, it's like, you know, God's saying, hey, this is in front of you. You got to work for it, though.
Nothing comes free. Nothing comes easy. If it's easy, then if it was easy, everyone would be doing it. Then what is the value? What is the value? You know, you got to fight for what you want. And if somebody doesn't want to give you the opportunity, you take it, you make it, you fake it till you make it, whatever you got to do, but you put the work in to make it happen. You know, and you're living proof. Again, we're not going to go through this on the show, and I apologize to the listeners, but there's a reason for it. But I know your story. I know what you've been through. I know all that stuff. And to see you here today and see how your kids are, I am proud as anything of you and what you've done. Okay, because it's amazing.
I can tell people that I am a survivor of domestic violence, and they can look at the video. Actually, they can look at the video on YouTube. Gentel, tell them about the video, Gentel, because it is out there that you can see.
Okay. Yes. So there's a video on YouTube called "Strong Woman" by Sharrieffa Barksdale. We basically created a domestic violence video of 3 different type of domestic violence relationships. And it's my mom's song called Strong Woman. And it's basically telling the women who are in the domestic violence that you are strong and you can get out of the relationship, even if it's physical, mental abuse, like you can get out of it. You just have to be a strong woman. And it was showing the video how each of the girls go through the different types of relationships, but they've had it at the end and they face their abuser in the face and they walk away.
Well,
and she had the concept, so she produced it, she casted each member, and she put the script and everything together.
And again, you are putting in the work. That's what I'm saying. I'm not worried about your future. It's bright. But I have a question for you. Knowing that and knowing what your mom went through, how does that make you feel about your mom? I'm putting you on the spot because, you know, and I don't want your mother to cry, but I just want to know how you feel about her and what she's been through and what she did for you guys.
Well, she was definitely a strong woman for sure. And I honestly didn't know what she went through until recently, which was really shocking. And it's still hard to cope with that because he is my parent too. So it's hard, but what she did to get us through that, but not have us really involved in the domestic, if that makes sense.
Oh, it does.
So I think that was a good job because that didn't really put she might have dealt with the trauma, but me and my brother didn't have to deal with that type of trauma. We might have dealt with, our father not being in our lives, but that part of her life, she really did a good job with us not seeing it. We honestly didn't know. I mean, there were situations which we won't talk about, but there's situations that we've seen, but it wasn't that in depth of the extreme of what she went through because it was extreme. And the fact that we didn't know about it until recently is pretty crazy.
Yeah. That's why, look, I knew about, some of this stuff when your mom shared it with me, and just again, how you are today is it's attributed to what she's been through, and for her to shelter you guys, and for you not even to know. I mean, come on, Sharrieffa, you're a strong woman to do all this stuff and continue to fight on.
You know what? It came to a point where I had to choose.
Yeah.
Was it going to stay in this domestic violence marriage, or was it going to be my children? So I chose my children over my ex-husband and staying in a domestic violence marriage.
And I know you have a lot to say to people that have been through that. So take this opportunity to anyone that's maybe going through something like that. Maybe you can give them some guidance, some advice, something to help them.
Well, I will say that it's not easy to walk away. And a lot of people can say, well, why didn't you do this? Why did you do this? Why didn't you do this? Don't worry about the why. You can't look at the why. You can't turn back the hands of time. It's what you decide to do today. So if you are suffering the hands of domestic violence, whether it's mentally, emotionally, spiritual, what's the other one? Psychological, no matter what type of abuse it is, you have to look yourself in the mirror and you have to ask yourself, do I deserve this? No, you do not deserve this. And you know why? Because you know yourself, you respect yourself, but most of all, you love yourself. And you have to love yourself first before you can even think about loving someone else and staying in that abusive relationship, because you worthy of good love. You worthy to walk away. You worthy from being abused and let somebody tear you down, whether it's a man or a woman, because men go through domestic violence as well as women. Children go through abuse by their parents. Older people go through abuse. So just tell yourself and ask yourself, am I worthy? Enough is enough, and walk away.
And it becomes a choice.
Yes,
but sometimes for some people, it's a very hard choice, because your life will change forever, one way or the other. But the alternative is what? To one day not wake up?
And you're right, because if you look at the Olympian from
Kenya,
her husband, or who, well, I won't say her husband, but he's one of the suspects, but she just got killed, murdered at 25. She won the bronze medal?
She won the bronze medal and she competed in the Tokyo Olympics.
Wow.
And you know what? It wasn't up for God that sheltered me. I'm blessed to stand here and tell my story.
Right, where a lot of women, and men too, they're in a situation like that, and they don't think that there's an escape, but there is. You're proof of this, and they need to. There has to be a choice. They need to do something for themselves. If they have children, that's your strength right there. If you don't, you have to make a choice. You have to make a choice of you either dealing with this or having an actual life and being happy.
Right, because at the end of the day, it comes down to it's all about you. And if you have children, it's all about you and your children. Get up and walk away. And you will figure it out. Go to the nearest shelter. Call the domestic 1-800 number. But this too shall pass. And I'd rather for you to start at the bottom and start over like I did, than to stay there and you don't even know if you're going to wake up the next morning. So please walk away if you hear my voice.
Yeah, because that's like, it's like that movie Sleeping with the Enemy, because you don't know.
Yes.
I mean, but then, but if you, as you said, you have to put yourself first. Think about you. And that's what's important, because it's about the you. Okay, and you'll find someone that'll be there, that'll be the person that's not going to do that to you. And in my opinion, men that do that, they're not men. They're not men, and I say that outright. And if they don't like it, isn't that tough? Okay, but if you, to be a strong man, you never ever are you going to go and put yourself in a position that you're abusing a woman or your children or anything. You can't.
That's right.
It doesn't make sense.
And the question that a man or woman has to ask themselves, would I do this to me? Would I do this to myself? Would I harm myself? Would I take my fist and hit me in the face? Would you do that to yourself? And the answer is no. So why do it to your loved one?
Because people like that, they prey on weakness, and when they smell weakness, they attack. And that is the horrible thing about mankind, is what they do. And again, those aren't real men that are doing that. I don't care how big and strong or how powerful you are. It doesn't much matter. That is not what men do. Men protect their women and their family. That's the way it is. That is the way it is. So now, in closing, what I want to do, I'm going to come to Gentel, and you're going to tell me, give us some information so that people can actually go and follow your career and what you're doing, because they're going to be happy that they did.
Yes. So you can follow me All my social media is all the same. I have Twitter, Instagram. I have Mega Hoop that I just signed up for.
Yes.
And Facebook, LinkedIn. So you can look me up, Gentel Sharrie, Gentel, last name Sharrie. You can go on my IMDb page and see all the my credentials of my acting that I've done and talk shows that I've done on there with Claudia Jordan. And yes, so just look up my name and you can find me, Google me. You'll see a couple articles about my story. And yeah.
Beautiful, beautiful. I do implore anyone that's listening to this, follow this girl because she's going places. All right, Sharrieffa, tell us more about how people can follow your journey. It's amazing because your journey to this point is still a journey, and you still got a long way to go because you're not done. You're not done.
I'm not done.
Yeah,
no, I'm not done. But it's S Bark 1984. That's Instagram. That's
Twitter. It's a Mega Hoop on Soapbox.
Mega Hoop is TikTok.
And look at TikToking. What's going on there?
and I'm on LinkedIn as Sharrieffa Barksdale and Facebook Sharrieffa Barksdale. So you can find me on any of those social media platforms, and you never know what you're gonna get on my page.
Hey, that's true because you're styling the profile, you're living it. Now, what your nonprofit? Give the website and information for your nonprofit.
Yes,
so people know, and your training facility that you do.
Huh?
The training facility as well.
Yes, well, our nonprofit organization is www.born and the number 2 be elite, born to be elite with the 2.com, and then one-on-one training academy. You can catch it on LinkedIn, or you can catch any of it on my social media page and stuff like that. And I work when they open it back up at University of Indianapolis. They let me use their track facility, so that's a blessing.
Nice. Well, yeah, you're lucky for that because that's a high-end facility.
Yes.
Yeah, so everyone has the opportunity. But Liz, I want to thank the both of you for coming on the show. This was a great conversation, and I hope that our listeners got something from it. And, of course, we're going to bring you guys on again, and I'm going to bring on Gentel by herself one day. We're going to talk about stuff, and she's going to tell me that she got this gig, that gig, and she's over there doing a movie with Denzel or something. I don't know. But she
let's speak it to an existence.
Yep.
But we
really appreciate you, Lou. You are such an inspirational person, and to even give us the opportunity to come on your show and be on your platform and stuff, and just keep doing what you're doing, and may God continue to bless you in everything that you do, because you're laying the foundation for so many people out there that's willing to listen. And just continue to go for it.
Thank you. I appreciate that, and that means a lot to me, and it's I'm honored that you came on the show. I'm honored because
honored. Thank you.
Huh?
I said we're honored. Thank you.
Oh, well, thank you guys, and Gentel, I'm looking forward to seeing you rise up. Sharrieffa, you know how I feel about you. You have a lot of things to do, and I'm there with you. We're going to get a lot of things done. All right.